Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers. Steffi scares Elektra away from Will predicts heartbreak with Logan Spencer Mann. The Bold and the Beautiful B&B. Spoilers reveal that Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, is already quite enamored with Elektra Forrester Linnea Grace. Although Will doesn't know Elektra's last name or much about her, she definitely got his attention with her beauty and sweet smile. Now Will's going to be on a mission to uncover more about Elektra and ultimately get better acquainted. Zendy Forrester Dominguez, Delon Demetz, wasn't familiar with Elektra, but it won't be long until Will finds out she's indeed a Forrester. Unfortunately, that could be a problem depending on how things play out with Steffi Forrester, Jacqueline Messinswood. Elektra was in kindergarten the last time Steffi saw her, so she was thrilled to see Ivy Forrester's Ashley Brewer, niece all grown up and in Los Angeles. Whether the jewelry line gets revived or not, there will surely be a place at Forrester Creations for Elektra. Steffi could make Elektra an intern and become a real mentor to her. Since Steffi had such a warm reaction to seeing Elektra again, it's easy to imagine her taking Elektra under her wing and really showing her the ropes. Steffi may play up the fact that they're both Forresters and try to put Elektra on a very particular path. Perhaps Steffi will insist that if Elektra does what she's told and plays her cards right, she might become CEO herself one day. Whatever the case, it feels like B&B plans to create a strong Steffi and Elektra bond. That could spell trouble for Will, since he's both a Logan and a Spencer. Once Steffi gets a whiff of the romance developing between Will and Elektra, she may try to shut it down. Steffi might tell Elektra that a Logan Spencer man is the worst kind to fall for. We all know how much Steffi hates the Logans, but she doesn't have a good track record with Spencer men either, particularly Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton, since he flip-flopped so often over the years. Steffi might scare Elektra away from Will, or at least try to. Maybe Steffi will make a prediction about the heartbreak Elektra will face if she gets involved with someone who's a member of the Logan and Spencer families. Steffi might even play matchmaker for Elektra and someone else if she senses Will's trying to pull her too close. Then again, Steffi might argue that Elektra has to really focus if she wants to accomplish all her goals. We might see Steffi urge Elektra to concentrate on her career right now and avoid boys entirely. Of course, Will and Elektra already have a magnetic pull between them, so it's just a matter of time until they get together. In a world as tumultuous as the Bold and the Beautiful, there's one thing Steffi Forrester has always known: life is war, especially when it comes to matters of the heart. Over the years, she has battled heartbreak, betrayal, and more times than she'd like to admit, the entangling web of the Logan Spencer clan. But just as Steffi thought she'd seen it all, a new face has arrived, stirring chaos in her love life. Elektra Hayes, a beautiful, captivating newcomer with a mysterious connection to the Spencers. Elektra, bold yet cautious, had caught Steffi's eye when she entered Forrester Creations under the guise of a new business consultant. But it wasn't her polished resume that sparked Steffi's suspicion. It was the way Elektra's eyes lingered just a bit too long on Will Spencer, who had recently begun shadowing Ridge as part of his own ambition to learn the ropes of the fashion world. Will, Bill's son, had inherited his father's ambitious spirit and had grown into a charismatic young man. Now, Steffi watched as Elektra seemed to draw him closer, her intentions unclear yet undeniably potent. It wasn't long before whispers circulated, claiming that Elektra had not only a personal stake in Will, but also some hidden history with the Logan Spencer family. True to her nature, Steffi took it upon herself to uncover the truth. Despite her confidence, she couldn't shake the feeling that Elektra's motives were dangerously hidden. Her instincts told her that the newcomer wasn't just interested in helping Will learn the fashion ropes. There was something more, something dangerous that only Steffi could see. One afternoon, Steffi decided to confront Electra directly. She watched from her office window as Electra and Will shared a quiet moment near the coffee bar in the lobby, their conversation low and intense. The sight of them, Will's expressions of awe, and Electra's captivating charm, set Steffi's protective instincts on high alert. Just as Will walked away to fetch some documents, Steffi stepped out, her presence formidable, and cut off Electra's path back to her desk. Electra's calm demeanor wavered for a split second, but she quickly regained her poise, smiling as if she'd already won whatever game she was playing. "Electra," Steffi said, her voice low but commanding, "I think it's time we had a little chat about your interest in Will." Electra raised a well-manicured brow, feigning innocence. "I'm just doing my job, Steffi. Will has potential, and I think he deserves a chance to learn." Steffi narrowed her eyes, crossing her arms. "I don't buy it. You've been lingering around him more than necessary, and frankly, I don't appreciate you pulling him into whatever game you're playing. The Spencers don't need more chaos, and Will doesn't need his heart broken." Electra laughed softly, a sound as sharp as broken glass. "Ah, but Heartbreak seems to be a family legacy for the Spencers, doesn't it? Will is a grown man, Steffi, capable of making his own decisions. Or are you just worried he might make the wrong one?" Steffi's patience was wearing thin, but she kept her composure, determined not to let Electra see the effect her words had. "I know the type of woman you are," she said. "I used to be like you. Hungry for power, willing to do whatever it took to get ahead. But I learned the hard way that manipulating people only leads to destruction. If you're here to stir trouble, I suggest you rethink your approach. This is my family, and I don't take threats lightly." Electra's face changed ever so slightly, her gaze turning colder. "Perhaps you're right, Steffi, but maybe I don't want the same things you do. Maybe I'm here for something bigger. After all, everyone's got secrets, including you." Steffi's stomach twisted. How much did Electra know? It seemed as if this woman had already pried open the lid on the Forrester-Spencer-Logan drama, and she had only been around for a short while. Did she know about Steffi's own tangled past with the Logan-Spencer men? Or worse, had she somehow uncovered Steffi's current vulnerabilities, the ones she worked so hard to keep hidden? Just as she opened her mouth to respond, Will approached, his face brightening when he saw the two women together. "Hey, Steffi. I didn't know you and Electra were catching up," he said, smiling. "Isn't she amazing? I've learned so much from her already." Steffi's heart sank. She could see the gleam of admiration in Will's eyes, a look she knew all too well. He was enamored, utterly captivated, and it was clear that Electra intended to use his feelings to her advantage. Electra's smile was coy as she looked at Steffi, a silent warning passing between them. "I was just telling Steffi how much I appreciate working with you, Will," Electra said smoothly, her voice dripping with charm. Steffi could see her influence slipping, and a sense of dread filled her. She needed to protect Will, not only from Electra, but from the heartbreak that seemed inevitable when Spencer men entangled themselves with women like her. Her thoughts drifted to her own past loves, each one fraught with challenges and ultimately leading her back to the reality that the Logans, the Spencers, and the Forresters were destined to collide. That evening, Steffi found herself in deep thought, the conversation with Electra replaying over and over in her mind. She knew she had to act fast. If Will was already taken with Electra, it wouldn't be long before he was caught in her web. And if Steffi's instincts were right, Electra's motives went far beyond romantic interest. But what was her endgame? And more importantly, how much was Steffi willing to risk to stop her? In a moment of desperation, Steffi decided to turn to an old friend for advice. Liam. She hadn't spoken to him about personal matters in months, and she was hesitant to drag him into her troubles once more. But if anyone understood the complexities of the Spencer family, it was Liam. "Hey, Steffi," Liam answered when she called. His voice was warm, familiar, and in that moment, Steffi felt a pang of nostalgia. They had been through so much together, their paths crossing in ways neither could have predicted. Liam, I need to talk to you about Will and a woman named Electra, she said, quickly filling him in on everything that had transpired. Liam listened carefully, his voice turning serious. Steffi, if this woman is anything like you're describing, then she's dangerous. Will is still young, and he's had to grow up fast, but he's not ready for someone with Electra's intentions. I'll see what I can find out on my end, but keep an eye on her, Steffi. Trust your instincts. By the end of the conversation, Steffi felt a renewed sense of determination. She would protect Will, and she would uncover the truth about Electra, no matter what it took. But as she hung up, one thought haunted her. Had she just stumbled into another battle destined to end in heartbreak?